Welcome to Thoughtful Planning, the place where real conversation, expert insight, and a touch of humor meet to turn our end-of-life uncertainties into self-assurance. I'm your co-host, Santiago, a history buff and a big kid at heart.
And I'm Honey, your guide through the intricate dance of planning with care and a whole lot of warmth. Every week, we're here to turn those intimidating "are we ready" moments into confident "everything is under control" moments. Today's journey is one you won't want to miss. Hi, welcome to Thoughtful Planning. I'm Honey. Before we begin, please note this podcast is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. Please consult with a qualified professional for personalized guidance. So let's start with the essential question. What if there's money waiting for you or your loved ones that you don't even know exists? So let me share a story with you. I was chatting with my hairdresser who mentioned she was going through a tight spot financially. Who isn't these days? So on a whim, I Googled Texas unclaimed property and did a quick search of her name and city. Within minutes, we discovered she had $100 waiting for her. Even better, we searched her dad's name and he had $400 waiting for him. So at first, she was a bit skeptical. She thought it might be a scam, but 2 weeks later, she texted me excitedly with a photo of the check from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. It was real, and she was so grateful. So this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is called unclaimed property. So according to the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, also known as NAUPA, nearly 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property. That's real money, legally yours, sitting with state governments, often just waiting to be claimed. And here's something most people don't realize. Even after someone passes away, new unclaimed property can show up in their name. Things like delayed capital credit payments, insurance policies, old utility deposits, and forgotten bank accounts. Let me walk you through what unclaimed property actually is. So unclaimed property refers to financial assets that have gone untouched for a certain period of time, also known as dormancy period, which differs by state. In addition to what was already mentioned, these can also include uncashed paychecks, rental deposits, stocks and dividends, healthcare premiums, and more. So once that dormancy period ends, the business or financial institution must try to reach out to the rightful owner through letters, emails, or phone calls. If there's no contact, they have to report the property to the state. And then they have to turn the property over to the state for safekeeping. So according to the NAUPA, in 2023 alone, more than $4 billion was returned to rightful owners. But over $70 billion is still sitting unclaimed across the United States. So here's what I want you to do right now. You can go to missingmoney.com, which is a free site sponsored by NAUPA. You can type in your name and past or current addresses. If you've lived in more than one state, this site checks across multiple states all at once. If you find a match, it will link you directly to that state's official unclaimed property website so you can start your claim. Now, not all states participate in missingmoney.com. If your state isn't included, you can go to unclaimed.org/search, which is NAUPA's official site. From there, you can find your state's unclaimed property office and begin your search that way. And don't worry, I'll include both links in the show notes to make it easy. If you've ever moved, changed bank accounts, or switched jobs, there's a chance you've got money out there you've forgotten about. And if your estate plan doesn't include all your financial accounts or named beneficiaries, your family might not ever know that the money exists. For example, if you have a life insurance policy and you do not include a beneficiary on there, then the life insurance proceeds will go to unclaimed property. And your family may not ever know if they're not even aware of unclaimed property to begin with. That's the whole reason why I'm having this podcast, is so that I'm hoping people will learn about unclaimed property if they don't know about it, share it with their loved ones, and then look up this information. You can look up the name of your mom or your dad or your kids, and then let them know that they have money there. And if they have already passed on, then the site should have instructions. If you're the executor, they should be able to claim the funds that are left. All right. So including this type of search annually in your planning process can make sure everything you've earned ends up in the right hands. So before we wrap up, let's revisit the essential question. What if there's money waiting for you or your loved ones that you don't even know exists? This is just one small piece of thoughtful planning. Think about it. If you didn't know this money existed, what else might you be missing in your planning? That's exactly why having organized documentation is so crucial. If you need help with your planning, email us at info@legacytoolkit.com. Be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with someone who might find it helpful. Until next time, remember, every chapter you write today shapes your legacy tomorrow. Thank you for joining me at Thoughtful Planning. And just like the vibrant hues of a setting sun, we're wrapping up another episode of Thoughtful Planning. Every shared story and insight is a step closer to turning uncertainty into celebrations of preparedness.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, remember that every surprise that comes our way is an opportunity to grow, adapt, and learn. Stay tuned for more stories, expert insight, and of course, a touch of wit in our next episode.
We're not just co-hosts, we're fellow travelers on this journey. For more information on additional resources, which will help you take the next step in planning, look for the link in the show notes for our membership. Join us next time for another episode of Thoughtful Planning. Until then, keep living, laughing, and loving every moment.